seeing what you thought was the translation of what you wrote changing. Because every time someone is giving it taking it to the next level, he or she is giving it a new perspective. And oftentimes a perspective that you, while writing the script, hadn't even thought of. So now this, instead of becoming a frustrating aspect for you, has to become your biggest enjoyment. For you to realize that in what you wrote, there was even a greater depth. That here there's a director who's seeing things between the lines, who's seeing things within your characters, who's seeing things in those sets, in those scenes that you've created, and is seeing what's not working and seeing what's working, retaining what's working and throwing away what's not working, and going about those things and giving them to an actor who's actually then more or less feeling and living those characters that you had created. And then again, that's another human being. That's another person. And that man or that woman is going to make your character who that man or that woman is feeling from within. And then there will be newer perspectives, there'll be newer thought processes that will either add to your script or subtract from your script, and you still have to keep on enjoying that experience. You cannot turn around and say, no, but I didn't think this way. Because you didn't think doesn't mean nobody else in the world can think. And that's how humble, and that's how much humility a scriptwriter really has to have. Because once something is delivered, it's over for that person. And it's the next stage is when you go watch that film, you've seen a director give it perspectives, you've seen actors give it perspectives, then you've seen an editor give it a narration. And then when you go and see a film, you say, oh my God, this is not what I wrote. But there are hints of what I wrote in there. And then there are no controversies like Chetan Bhagat says, I should have got the credit for the story. And Hirani says, no. Okay, but the fact is, but that's how radically relative filmmaking is. And I really strongly feel that way. It's at the end of the day, things that just go out of your hand. And we are in a creative world where everyone is living, feeling, breathing, and everybody's heart is beating, and everybody's pulse is racing, and everybody's emoting, and everybody's circumstances are different, but they are all clubbed into one space to create one film. And all are coming from different circumstances and different needs and different desires and different drives and different goals. So all of that energy to bring in positively into that script that you have given to that 200 people or 100 people has to be a matter of enjoyment for scriptwriters. Has to be something that says, oh my God, I'm living something that I wrote in such a different way. Or, oh my God, I'm living something that I wrote, and look at how everybody's getting exactly what I meant. You know, so those are the two aspects of it. Now we come to the characters part, where frankly, again, we have people embedded in our lives. One of the chief things which I try my level best not to do is recreate anything that I love, especially out of the movies that I see. Because that's the first stage of, as a scriptwriter, really beginning to go wrong. Because, you know, we have to admit to one thing, that we are in this business and we are in this trade, in this industry, and aspiring to be who we are. Essentially because we love films, and we love television, and we love storytelling, and we love reading. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here. And everything we are reading and everything we are watching, we are either loving or we are hating. And what we don't like, we immediately discard. What we like, we end up keeping within ourselves. And we end up then trying to recreate the magic we felt when we were watching that movie in this what we are writing. To a large extent, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. As long as it's just the recreation of the magic. It should not be the recreation of the person, the character, the moment, and the words as well as the scene. Can you retain the magic, what you felt? And in that feeling, can you recreate another scene which is not like anything else you have seen? And while writing that scene, can that feeling return to you? Then it will return to every audience which is watching that film. So somewhere, I think we do get caught up with this whole thing of like, oh, I love this kind of cinema and I love that kind of cinema. But at the end of the day, we are in a business which is always looking for something new. And if we don't have up our sleeve something that's new and that somebody has never seen or heard about, it's going to be very difficult to sell the idea. So I've actually experienced, and I wanted to share this as well with you, because I've worked in a channel where I was, in a place where guys like you would come and pitch ideas, and I was in a position where I had to select ideas and pull them in and say, okay, our channel will produce these shows. I've been in the position on the opposite side, where I've gone and pitched ideas to relevant people and executives in channels, etc., in production houses. What really happens is that, most people who go and pitch say, and I used to do that as well. You remember, like this film, that character, that's the kind of character, and that's where the pitch starts failing.